Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. I'm Ashley and today we are going to be doing some more herbalism. So the activity that we are going to be doing today is we are going to be making some incense, something that Micalyn has been wanting to do since before we even started this whole herbalism adventure. She got all the stuff for it and she put it together. The only thing that I contributed was some herbs and some essential oils, and that's it. The other two main ingredients she provided and we did it in her home. Most of this video will be a hyperlapse because the actual activity, I wanted us to not worry about talking. We did talk about some pretty intense subjects and I didn't want to have to worry about them feeling uncomfortable with that. So we just did a hyperlapse and most of it was just us grinding up the herbs in our mortar and pestle, and then we mixed it and formed it into the shapes that we did. So I don't think it'll be very entertaining to just sit there and listen to us talk or whatever. So in order to protect the privacy of me and my girlies, I just hyperlapsed that. So before we get into that, I kind of wanted to go over the three main ingredients that we used as like the base and the binder, and then we'll go into what herbs we used. So there are three big ingredients that we used. One is Mako powder, Mako powder. Not 100% sure how to say it. If it's like the Australian H2O, just add water, the Australian TV show, then it's Mako. If it's not, then it could be Mako. It's like a brownish powder. Mako is supposed to be a binder, so it's supposed to hold the shape better. And then another binder that we used marshmallow powder for some of them, just so we could see which one would work better. I can't remember who used marshmallow powder. I know I used marshmallow powder and Mako powder in my cones, and I think Lauren used just marshmallow powder in her cones, but I'm not sure. But those are the two binders. And then white copal we used because it's supposed to be more flammable. Micalyn said that some people just burn chunks of the white copal because it's a clear packaging. You can kind of see they're just chunks of rock, and so we added that to a few of them and hopefully it'll help burn. And then we just used a bunch of leftover dried herbs from our home renaissance last year, and this last camping trip we had a ton of lavender left. So we made a big batch of lavender incense with lavender buds and lavender essential oils, and then we all made, I think, 3 or 4 sticks of that each. And then Lauren made fig flour and cinnamon with jasmine essential oils for her little cones. And then Micalyn made white sage with white sage oil. And then I made lemon with sweet orange. I'm hoping it smells good. I don't know how well citrus burns. I know that burning an oil and burning a scent is very different than just having it sit there in like a candle. So that's kind of what the experiment is today, is to figure out if it's gonna smell good. So yeah, so now that we've gone over the ingredients, let's go into the actual process. So enjoy the hyperlapse. know this is a little weird, but we're gonna record in my bathroom. This is the only place in the house or in our apartment that has good ventilation, and I can open a window or turn on a vent and close the door and make sure that the smell stays in the area. But I wanted to test out the incense real quick. I'll do a little time lapse to see how long it takes to burn through this. If it's going to be really fast, then oops. I have a feeling the small one might burn really quickly just because it's not very dense. Compared to these other incense, it's like tiny, and these weigh so much more. So we will see how that goes. But I'm going to start with the little one because I'm scared. I have a feeling the big one's going to be fine because it's just lavender, but I'm a little scared about the little one. So we're going to test out the little one first. So. Yes, I am in a different outfit. I lost gumption yesterday to finish recording this, so I decided to wait and do it in better lighting. That took about a half hour to film. After relighting it about halfway through, at about 20-minute mark, I literally lit the smallest cone because I was scared it was going to smell bad, but it actually turned out really good. It's really earthy. It's a lot earthier than I was expecting it to be, but it turned out really good. It doesn't smell just like burning wood like I was afraid it was going to be, or it doesn't smell like some really nasty chemical like some incenses tend to. So I feel like this turned out really, really well. This one was I'm calling it the citrus one because it is ground up slices of dried lemon and sweet orange essential oils. But yeah, that turned out way better than I was anticipating. Like, I was really worried because some herbs just do not smell the same when they're burned, because like it's a chemical reaction. Like the particles and compounds are being broken apart by the flame and the fire, so like it doesn't smell the same as when it's a solid substance and the particles are coming up all together. Like, this doesn't smell like orange at all. Like, this doesn't smell citrusy at all. It was very earthy, very woodsy almost. Like, I felt like I was sitting and dirt was being shoveled or piled on or sprinkled around me. Like, it was very, very earthy, and was not expecting that out of this citrus incense cone. I don't know if it was because of the other stuff and the citrus just did nothing, but I don't know. This was fun. So I think I might wait a little bit and let I'm going to turn on the fan. I've had the fan running the entire time that it was recording, just so my house isn't filled with smoke. But I'm going to turn on the fan, let the air dissipate a little bit, just so these don't combine and I don't get a mixed review. So I'm going to go probably import all of this footage over to my computer and start editing, and then come back and do this again, just with the incense stick. I feel like the incense sticks usually burn better in general, just because they have more consistent airflow, and fire needs air to burn. So the cones just seem to snuff it out when it gets to like the thickest part of the incense cone, and it's like covered in ash and everything's just smothered almost. So I feel like the incense stick will burn better, especially these ones, because like this incense stuff doesn't shrink down to be super tight around the stick, or maybe I just didn't pack it in tight enough and I basically just made a cylinder in a really long cylinder incense. But I feel like this one will burn a lot better. So yeah, I'll be back in about an hour and we will see what this looks like. All right, it's been a couple hours since our cone incense burn, so let's give this lavender incense a try. I hope that it lasts just as long or smells just as good. I have a feeling I'm gonna get both, so let's get to it. All right, so I kind of wanted to give a little review on the incense stick. Sitting on the floor was uncomfortable, so we're in here. I personally did not love the incense stick, especially compared to the incense cone. So, and it seems like it's way stronger and like way smokier. I don't know if it's because it just has more mass, or if it's, I don't think it's denser, but who knows? I might have used more oil in the stick versus the cone. I don't know. It just, I didn't like it nearly as much. I'm glad I only made 4, so it wasn't a huge waste, but I just, not my favorite. And I feel like I smell like smoke now, because that one was way more smoky and just way more intense. I had to close my bathroom door and keep the vent on. I haven't gone in to check on it quite yet. The incense is out, so I'm not leaving an open flame, so that's good. You guys saw it burn out. I'm gonna go in there later and see if it's still as smoky, and if it is, then I'm gonna open a window. The vent is on, so hopefully it won't be as bad. I have some fabric hanging up on the railing just outside the bathroom that probably smells like smoke now. My entire house probably smells like smoke now. Yeah, I just did not like it nearly as much. So yeah. Besides that, this activity was really fun. I loved getting to spend some time with Lauren and Micalyn. I know you guys didn't get to hear them speak this time, but I just wanted to protect their privacy, and I just wanted to be able to talk about whatever we wanted to and still get the footage that I needed. But yeah, this was really fun. I wouldn't mind doing it again. I just would definitely tweak the recipe and be a little bit more conscious about the oils and herbs that I put in it. And maybe, I just don't know, like, it's a tricky situation. Like, I understand why incense is so expensive, because I'm sure a lot of work goes into the creation of these recipes to make these incense. So yeah, it's not as straightforward as I was anticipating it being. But yeah, I would love to try it again. This was a fun experiment, and it was a great opportunity to spend time with my cousin-in-law and sister-in-law. They're just both awesome, and I look forward to doing many, many more of these herbalism activities with them. All right, well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If you know somebody that would enjoy this content, feel free to share. The more exposure I get, the better my channel will do. And if in the comments, let me know what herbs you would use in order to make incense. Like, you would use the base stuff, but like, what add-ons would you put in it, and what do you think would make a good incense? And maybe we'll try that next time. If you want to come along with me on my growing journey and help my channel grow, feel free to hit that subscribe button and make sure that little bell icon is filled in so you can get notified when I post videos. I post shorts every Friday, and I post long form videos like this every other Saturday. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. But that's it. That's all I have for you today. Keep smiling and stay majestic. Then we just use a whole bunch of dried incense. My mind is gone. The white sage she grew, so it's ethical. She's not out poaching white sage. I don't know if I need that because I already recorded it. Well, all right, so now that we know kind of what we're using, let's go into this process on how to make it. So now that we've kind of gone over the ingredients, let's go into yes, I'm sitting on the bathroom floor. We're just sitting here watching it. I like watching smoke. Smoke is fun. Fire is fun. I'm a slight pyromaniac. But that was the smallest cone. So, and that lasted about an hour. No, I don't like it nearly as much as I like. It wasn't as good, and I don't like it. Chris Evans. But so that was kind of the review. I kind of gave you the wrap up as we went. So I don't feel like I really need to wrap up each individual one. If you feel like somebody that leaves are falling, makes me so happy. It means autumn is upon us, and I'm so happy. Okay, back to this.